everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Ideally, though.
Ideally, though.
I'm your host, Erica, and with me is my hubby, my bestie, my butterbeer squad.
Yeah. What up?
Hey, everybody. I hope you guys had a great. I don't know. There's nothing happened last week, I guess.
Not much. I had a great week.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it was like good and not full of like shit.
Honestly, this week has been overstimulating for me. I'm
Oh.
like, it's been so much stuff happening. Like, first, it's like Trump with his nonsense talking about changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to
Oh,
Gulf of America.
yeah. I did read that. I thought it was something from the Onion, so I did. I went past it. Is that for real? For real?
Yeah, that's real. I was like, boy, shut up. We don't want to hear from you until it's inauguration
I don't
day.
think anyone wants to hear from him at all. He's been Trump's been having like an interesting week, and his little like crew of people,
Minions.
minions, degenerates, whatever you want to call them,
Ne'er-do-wells.
uh, they've started flipping on a lot of stuff, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had actually just recently mentioned to you about two of the homies, Oni and Bar, right? They were going back and forth about some stuff. It was about
Okay.
this type of shit. So like Trump's not really been having that good of a week as far as like I say the internet culture is involved. He's having
Yeah.
a rough one, and I think alongside a lot of his cohorts. I'm talking specifically about like Elon and like what's that his the Indian dude's name, Vivek Ramaswamy or some shit like that.
I don't know what the hell you just said. Done the Swamis.
But they're those two are like the head of like the Doge thing or the Department of Government Efficiency, the Dogecoin
Whatever.
or whatever. And it's been some rough stuff with them, y'all. It's this week has been not too pretty. Elon shit, Trump shit.
I
I
mean,
like it.
more on to important things. You guys, the Palisades wildfire. It's been like Malibu
Yeah.
area, Pasadena, Altadena. Those are some areas that have been hit really bad. I don't
Yeah.
know if the wildfire ever has gone like that far down, like Southern California,
Mm.
but it's pretty bad. You have a lot of celebrities who are taking to social media saying that their homes have been destroyed, like Heidi and Spencer Pratt. They're the ones from like the OC back in the day.
Okay.
Rosie O'Donnell, she said the house she rents, I think she had to evacuate.
Yo.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Damn.
That one chick from Scary Movie, her house is destroyed.
Oh, the main chick?
Yeah.
Oh no, shit.
Yeah.
I might not remember her name right now. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's like 200 plus acres that's been destroyed.
God damn, that's a lot of land so far.
Yeah.
I did hear that one person who is also important did make it out, and it's somebody you like a lot.
Who?
Markiplier.
I don't give a fuck about nothing. Goddamn, do y'all know who goddamn Markiplier is?
No,
You don't.
I just wanted to say it.
He live in California?
Yeah, he live in
I
California.
thought he lived under a fucking rock.
You
Give a fuck
really
about
don't
no
want
goddamn
that man
Markiplier.
for no reason, y'all.
You know, you guys ever had somebody, and we all feel this way sometimes. You ever look at somebody and you be like, I just don't like your face, and then they wonder like, why this bitch don't like me? I just don't like you. We never are going to be cool.
It's so mean, bro. You got like a weird
I have
beef.
no real reason to not like him, but
I don't.
we enemies.
But you beefing. He out. Well,
So he made it out.
he made it out safe.
For what? I'm just playing. So I didn't know he lived in LA.
Yeah.
You know who I saw on TV on the news? Steven Gutenberg.
Mhm.
He's the one from like 3 Men and a Baby, Police Academy 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
He has been helping the firemen like remove cars from like the Palisade roads so that they
Yo.
can come up.
That's awesome.
And then helping people evacuate
That's awesome.
as well. I
That's
was
brave.
like, not all heroes wear capes. I
Yeah.
love him.
Yeah.
He was on my favorite movie, It Takes Two, as the daddy. If y'all watch It Takes Two with Mary Kay and Ashley, that was probably one of the first introductions to him, and then 3 Men and a Baby.
No, I would. Your.
Yeah, mine.
Oh, okay, yours.
I watched Police Academy like I think after
My mom
that.
watched a lot of that, so I.
It wasn't really that good to me. Police Academy wasn't.
I
a
thought
thing
the
for
black dude was cool because he can make all the noises.
me.
Yeah, he was dope, but everything else I thought was corny.
Yeah, that was cool to see that.
That's awesome.
Ben Affleck, I see him. He always looks distressed when paparazzi like sees him. Like
Yeah.
he's ready to freaking put his hand through somebody's chest.
He does look like he's
Like he's
white knuckling
always,
life all the
yeah, like
time.
always. I'd be like, damn, Ben Affleck, what's going on in your life? Like everything sucks. Like,
That's so funny.
but he was evacuating, but he actually made it to his ex-wife Jennifer Gardner's house, so
Oh,
he's staying there right now.
that's awesome.
And I was
Okay.
just like, I mean, you could stay other places.
They got kids.
They got kids, I guess, but like, I don't think she got a man. So why you want to say if she had a man, you wouldn't be staying?
Because my kids are there. That's what I'm thinking as a
I really be
gentleman.
like praying that they can get back together because she's been the best thing ever for him. Like I know everybody was like, "Ooh, J Lo and Ben Affleck," but we always knew that that's just one of those things the universe never allowed them to
I
have.
like that shit. I don't think anybody did. People like them together.
They had their own.
Oh yeah, they
little
had that
name.
Bennifer shit.
Yeah,
I didn't care.
I at that time back in the day, I really liked J Lo, so I was like, oh, I want to see her find love because she can't never find love.
Still,
but Ben Affleck always looked like he was always annoyed being around her. Like, damn, you too popular.
Maybe it's a her thing.
She can't help who she is. I'm not gonna dim my life because what I'm saying, you're a big actor. You're bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? So you should be used to this. But he lives a quiet life. So I mean, that's what happens when you decide to marry a superstar who tends to like to be in the limelight.
Yeah, I suppose.
But Jennifer Gardner, like, she's just like the all-American girl. She's the cutest smile. And even
like
when
an American sweetheart kind of deal.
Yeah. And even when he was going through his mess, she actually took him to rehab. Like, that's a down.
Why wouldn't you go during the middle of an inferno? Oh no, excuse, a conflagration. You go through one of those. I would go back.
What the fuck is a conflagration?
That's bigger than an inferno.
Okay.
Yeah.
Making up words.
No, it is. It's a very large, very, very, very large fire.
I mean, the more you know, looking at it. Because I was like, conflagration.
Yeah.
But no, I just think it's cute sometimes when I see them. You'd be like, okay, I wish you guys would kind of get back together because you guys were cute. You guys stayed low
them more as a couple personally. So yeah,
they were together for a long time.
Yeah, so like that's what I don't give a fuck about Bennifer, but them.
I think with Ben and Jennifer, it was one of those things where it's like those like love struck, like you guys were always meant to be and it never really all the way happened. And then when it happened, it was like, this is the reality. Oh, I like this when we was just boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah.
You sliding your finger in my butt. But now, not so much. Well, and he's getting older. Once you get older, you're like, you like this still? Like, I'm so tired of paparazzi.
Yeah. We have to deal with this on a daily basis, and I still hate it. So,
yeah I don't want to deal with this.
I get it. He does look kind of stressed out.
President Biden did announce yesterday that the federal government will be paying 100% of the Los Angeles wildfire.
That's fucking dope. See, people? This is the shit I'm talking about. I want my tax money to help out with that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me too.
I don't want that shit. What the fuck is a technology fee? I look at like shit that we have to do for like shit we pay
Tesla
for, robots. Like Skynet, some shit.
Skynet, the T-1000.
I would much rather on a ballot of some shit be like, hey, these are the areas that the government, takes care of. Where do you want your taxes to go? And I can check a box and be like, I want it to go here.
Things,
you know what I'm saying? Or some shit, because I would totally be like, that's how the proper money for taxation should be gone.
I know so many people in different cities that you live in. It's like, why is this road always on construction? When is it gonna be over?
Every single Martin Luther King Boulevard across the nation is fucked up. Guaranteed.
Shit, not ours no more. They fixed it. Shit.
Maybe.
It's nice.
Maybe.
The residents aren't, but obviously.
Yeah, right.
No, it looked nice over there. I mean, President Biden said for the first 180 days, they'll be covering like temporary shelter, debris, and hazard removal, those type of things.
That's dope.
So he's making an impact before he leaves.
That's about a quarter.
Yeah.
So for the first quarter, essentially, we're going to be paying and helping out. I like that.
Yeah.
I wish we had more government ways to like do impactful, helpful shit like that. I'm not saying we need more like natural disasters. That's awful. But, in moments where I could like I said, go to a ballot and then check off a couple of boxes that say my personal tax money goes here. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I feel like that would feel much more like a benefit, and actions like this, I feel like coincide. So
What do you feel about like there's people are who are like, hey, there's regular people that live in LA. So like you guys worry about the celebrities, but
I
you
mean, who?
know,
Yeah, regular people aren't gonna. It's fucked up.
they're not getting the
Yeah, they're not
coverage.
gonna get the coverage. They're not.
Yeah.
It's going to be the peoples that we see who are having their homes. Like, speaking of which, I looked at a picture. It was on Reddit or something like that, and it had like a huge block, and every single one of the houses were like 5 to 6 million,
Hmm.
and like up, right? It was craziness, and all that was burned down. Like, I get I'm hearing that as a story, but I shouldn't care about the price of these homes. But now I know the type of people who kind of live in those homes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean,
And
most of
underneath,
our I think most of our millionaires live in LA. You
right.
know, so
So I think I also saw a picture that said it felt so out of touch. The picture was of a tweet, and it said, "Does anybody know any privateer firefighters? Will pay greatly. Need you to defend my house. I don't want to
no.
evacuate." And that felt so slimy.
Yeah, absolutely fucking not.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'll pay you, just stay here, type shit.
Does anybody know how this started?
I don't. I really don't. I haven't really even paid too much attention to it. I've been really into the whole Doge Elon thing. So
Yeah, so much
uh,
shit going on this week.
it's been that. Personally, nothing been going on, but everything has been going on outside. So I mean, no, I don't. I really don't know what started it. I don't.
I have a question because this is always the thing. So much water getting put into these fires. Why it seems like a lot of them are not like
They don't worry
going
about
out.
trying to stop the fire. They try to go to get past it. They normally, when they fight these types of fires, they try to get past it and then make like a line where the fire will burn too, and then it can't eat anything else.
Yeah.
So that's why you see like some of those major firefighters or whatever who they have like dripping oil cans and like
Mhm.
because they'll create like a fast burn in those certain ways when it's, but that's particular the forest fires and shit like that. When it comes to homes, I don't know. Maybe there's just not enough. I mean, Cali has been going through that drought. I don't. I
I
don't
got
know.
so many family in like Pasadena, Altadena, so
Yeah.
it sucks to see them online saying like, "Oh, my grandma's house," or like my
Ooh.
childhood, like middle school, elementary. So like,
Damn.
if you guys are on Facebook, they do have that like thing where you can check in and say, "Hey, I'm safe." I think a lot of people want to know if you are safe because I have
Yeah.
so much
That's
family in
important.
California, Southern California. Um, I think also they should shine light on like there's people businesses that's been here for
Demolished.
so since the
Completely gone.
50s and
Historical
yeah,
places.
it sucks. I mean, altogether, I think anybody losing anything sucks. Like people
Yeah.
want to like weigh it like, oh, we should worry about the little people. I'm like, let's worry everybody,
Mhm.
everybody. Just everybody put their hard-earned money into maybe buying a house that they've had in their family for a long time, or they just bought a house because they just got their first check of acting.
Yeah.
I don't like to diminish it and be like, well, you can make it again. We already found out during the SAG AFTRA strike that it's hard for actors.
Mhm.
So if I get my first big role and I just spent money on my mom's house, like that's supposed to I have to take a back seat because my
Mhm.
profession's a little bit more. No,
Right.
I think it's fucked up that everybody is losing things.
Yeah, everybody
You
is
know.
losing things. We tend to sensationalize the celebrity and all that. It's again, I keep going back to that Doge shit. The Vivek guy was like, if we stopped celebrating celebrities and more like scientists and
Hmm.
math nerds and like, I can understand the sentiment, but he was very very nasty and like racist
Oh,
about it. Um, it's one thing to really just show what culture pays attention to,
yeah.
and who we deify,
I
for
think
the
we
lack of better term.
Yeah. I think we're just human. I think we should just take the celebrity out of it and see, oh man, they're going through a hardship.
Yeah,
Now, where we should put our money, then that's where I'm like, okay, let's start putting our money into
community.
the community,
Yeah,
you
for
know?
sure.
And because a lot of those, like the Ben Afflecks and stuff, they can get,
They gonna
they
be
can
all
buy,
right.
yeah. And it sucks that, you have insurance, but it doesn't cover stuff that's you had in your family for so many years and things like
True.
that. But yeah, we start in the community and work our way up. There's so many millionaires, billionaires in LA, so there should be no issue with
Mm.
everybody giving back.
Hmm.
You know.
I definitely agree. I definitely agree. Again, one reason why that ballot just keeps sliding into my mind when it comes to taxes and shit. I I wish that there was a lot more consideration and empathy online.
Yeah.
But I mean, the internet is going to be the wild, wild west as long as it remains anonymous. People are going to be,
It's
you
like
know what I'm saying?
it's disheartening because it's like people are suffering no matter their status.
Yeah,
Like I'm
that's
not
true.
gonna then we start doing that. Oh, they're white and rich, or oh, they're no, everybody's suffering. I don't care if I got a big check. I'll be pissed and I'll be sad that I lost my
Of
home. This
course.
meant something to me. I worked hard for this shit.
Yeah,
Not saying the bus driver didn't work hard, but I did too.
yeah,
And then vice versa, of course.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I saw Trump actually blaming Governor Newman for like the
Newsom?
fire. Newsom,
Oh
is that
yeah,
his
yeah.
name? Blaming him for the fire. I said, bitch, get your bitch ass out
Like
here
he started
with
it
a
or
fucking
something.
hard hat and come take out some of these fires.
Hey, yeah, why not? I mean, that'd be a good gesture for our soon
Say
to be
blaming.
chief, president, chief, or whatever the fuck. Like, you went to McDonald's,
Get
go
your
ahead and get a fire
get your
hat
natural
on. Yeah,
tan.
why not?
Get your natural tan and
Yeah, get a
start
natural
helping.
tan. I would respect him more because I don't at all. I
Yeah,
would respect him more if he
and
did some
that's on
shit like that.
period.
If you gonna throw some salt on some fries, throw some water on some
Come
fire.
on now, you blaming a whole governor.
Yeah,
He's done
that's some
so
bullshit.
much good
That's some
stuff to
bullshit.
me for California. Like
Look, I got.
I'm here for you,
I love that
even though
you
I can't
have.
say his name.
I love you,
Newsom.
right? I love that you have the heart you do for him, but I I I gotta disagree on some things. He's done some good
Yeah,
things, but some of these things, man, I can't even move to Cali if I want to. Cali's great. I would love to.
I wouldn't. I'm gonna be honest. It's too crowded.
Hey,
The road
Carlsbad was
sucks.
different. I just something about
I
staying on the
love
beach,
Cali.
man.
There's something about a vibe about California, but it's not a place I would want to move to because it's just too overpopulated. The roads, like being in Vegas is different. We
Yeah.
can get anywhere in Vegas in 30
I
minutes.
was in somewhere walkable, so I was like,
Yeah,
hey, everything was nice. This was
yeah.
close. I like this.
It's not
I could,
affordable.
but I would also be a felon if I went just because I have like a certain type of like gun
Firearm. Yeah,
firearm.
that's
Right.
why you ain't liking my friend.
No, not just that.
Okay.
I'm not like that big 2A kind of guy.
I
Like,
was like, I'm
ugh.
about to call.
No, there are a few other things where I was just like, that seems like it wouldn't. That idea seems like it wouldn't help the people of
Gotcha.
California, let alone
Yeah.
yourself.
I just
So
want to give a little shout out to the firefighters. Like it sometimes we kind of think about like the
volunteer too.
yeah,
Yeah.
the cats in the trees and only just one house burning. It's I think it came on a bigger scale when 9/11
Sorry,
happened
catching the
and
trees was funny.
we're losing firefighters. I
Yeah.
didn't used to think you can lose firefighters. I was just like, oh, they're outside the house with
Crazy,
the
huh?
hose. No, motherfuckers is going inside and risking their life.
Yeah, if funny, crazy enough, I had watched uh maybe a couple of weeks ago this like thing about like a fire going wild and like two teams trying to fight it and one team getting really bad information and having to like and ending up in the middle of the
I
inferno.
think we watched that.
Oh
Remember?
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's just that amount of bravery.
Yeah.
Whew, man, you got to be tough. The there's a lot of like I hope you have a lot of hazard pay, and even if you volunteer, I hope they pay you. Like I hope they
Yeah,
pay
I
you
think they're paying
handsomely,
them pretty like 60,000
because
and up, I believe.
man, that's some scary stuff. It's the same way I feel about certain like military groups. I don't trust our government, but military people who fight for like the freedom, so I can like sit my ass here and do
Hmm.
this. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know?
I did see earlier in the week that President Biden was giving out like medals.
Mm.
So like presidential medals of freedom. So
Oh, okay.
Denzel Washington got one.
As he
I
fucking
love
should,
that.
best actor in the world.
Also Bill Nye, the science guy, just to name a few.
Oh, that makes me all happy
Yeah,
and
I love
huggy.
seeing that. When you get to down to your last little couple months, the last couple of days of your term, that's when like I'm starting to really, because they only let you do so much, those first couple years. But when you get down to the last, you be like, no,
Yeah,
this is gonna happen. No, you off. No, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And
yeah.
I bet you it was such an honor
Mm-hmm.
to like
I
get
bet.
like
Oh,
a medal of freedom.
I did see Michael J. Fox get
Michael J.
something,
Fox
right?
too. Yes,
That's what I was
Michael
looking.
J.
Okay, so that
Fox.
was that. Okay, cool. Well, you
Yep.
know what? Well deserved too. Well deserved too, because that man fighting for Parkinson's like he has been.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And still going to like Comic Cons and things like
Yeah,
that with
yeah.
Christopher.
Please let your
What's his name?
son.
Christopher Williams. Christopher.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Christopher Lloyd.
Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd.
I follow him on Instagram. Don't ask me why I'm following Christopher Lloyd on Instagram, but
Because fucking Morty. That's why you fucking do it.
you know, sometimes
He's
like
Doc Brown.
they get to a certain age where their content is not as good. So, but I'm like, you know what? Because I love you,
I will like it just to know you're alive.
Yeah, me
if
too.
you're
I'm
posting,
that
then
girl.
click. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
that girl. For people who don't know, also for those who are in the residence or in the area of like Palisades, Altadena, Pasadena, those areas, Malibu, they are doing temporary shelters at Airbnb. So you just have to reach out to Airbnb.
Also, there are temporary shelters at Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness gyms are actually turning themselves into shelters for people.
Oh, that's so
for free.
good.
So yeah,
That is so good. The next thing I want to talk about, because again, I said this week has been like very overstimulating for me, is remember 2 years ago when Stephen Twitch boss, the one who used to be on Ellen DeGeneres, remember when he?
Oh, wasn't he the dancer?
Yeah, remember he had committed
Yeah,
suicide
he
2 years
did.
ago.
Yeah, right.
Well, his wife Allison Holker, she just did an interview with People Magazine. She's actually writing her memoirs, and people are in uproar.
Why?
Because she's white, but that has nothing to do with like why they're in uproar. But it's kind of what I've been seeing online is about how black women protect black men, even after they're dead, and people kind of wonder why she's not protecting Twitch.
What do you mean?
So she talks about, I guess, the week of the funeral, her going into their closet trying to get a suit for him and finding like his diaries and finding like substances. So she said she did not know he had, I guess he had a drug addiction, which what I heard is that in his autopsy there was no drugs found. There was no substance found. But she's saying he had a drug addiction. I don't even know if it was a need, and this is what people are saying, there's a need to even bring that out.
Yeah.
Also, maybe a bigger thing is her saying that she read his diaries. And she said in the interview that he was saying how he had got essayed by like a member of his family, like a male in his family, and things about depression and things. And I was like,
I'm starting
there was
to
no
understand.
need to even.
Yeah, he can't defend himself right
Yeah,
now.
there was no need to even bring that out. I don't think
You
it makes your book juicy, right? Because you're about to go on a book tour. Like that's
it's a book tour thing.
It's giving. It's for my book.
It's rollout.
Yeah,
it's
and I don't know if I like that. I don't think certain things, at least the diary thing, I think you could have kept that to yourself.
I don't know. I think the whiteness kind of plays a part in it now.
Yeah, they don't. I just feel like there's something that we always have done since slavery. It always gonna go back to slavery. Kenyon Barris knows this. Everything always goes back to slavery.
Everything does, really.
It's about us always protecting our men. And I didn't see the need to say, hey, Gregory died and he was getting molested, and he also had a drug addiction. He had porn addiction.
Right.
He liked to pet on little bunnies. Like, I don't see the point of why do they need to know this? For what? Let's keep his name pure. Right. I'm saying.
That's why I kind of did say that. Like, I don't want to offend any of my Caucasus Mountain homies out there because I love y'all. But I mean, there is a level of you aren't going to understand, and this is something that you guys don't even practice. It's not even a thing in your culture, kind of situation where you like want to protect that man.
I know that we have this thing and we're trying to break away from it, like what goes on in this house stays in this house, but there's certain information that not everybody needs to know about.
That's not something that's even a house related thing. That was something that was personal to him that he was going through.
Diary and
so
stuff.
The black women will go see the diary, might even take a look to understand more, and then close it, and that is gone forever. It's gone forever.
Or I might say, or reach out to his mom and say, hey,
I got something for you.
I need to like figure this out. And
but it stays within the community, your what do you call it? Your tribe.
Yeah, because he even though he unalived himself, his legacy wasn't tainted. Right. So I don't see the need of you as his wife or his widow to taint it. It does. Why are you doing this?
Exactly. So there's just, that's why I say that it's that I get where it kind of does apply. You just don't get it. I was just watching Lioness, and the daughters in the show are mixed race, but Zoe Saldana plays the mom, and she's very fiery. The daughter got into a fight, and the dad is white.
Okay.
And she was like, I can't talk to you about this. Like, I don't think you'll understand.
There is something to say about that, and a lot of people don't like to admit it, that when you're in an interracial relationship, there are things you're not going to understand.
Yeah, you got to kind of grow into them or talk through it and
Yeah.
communicate that, and kind of like there's some foundational stuff that like you kind of got to understand about that partner.
I wonder why. I mean, since she brought it out and she did the interview, I wonder why he didn't feel the need to talk about these kind of deep rooted things, this trauma. Did he feel comfortable? Did he not feel comfortable?
Probably not.
Sometimes people feel like they just want to deal with it on their own.
True.
But as his wife, I feel like it would be disheartening for me. I'd be like,
Right.
wow, like he didn't feel comfortable with telling me this.
Yeah.
What am I missing here?
Yeah.
You know.
That's fair.
And again, I just don't. I thought it was nasty. I understand people on the internet saying, "Why did you even have? What was the need of that?"
Yeah, I get it too.
His mom did go online. She took to Twitter, or not Twitter, Instagram yesterday.
Okay.
And she did make a statement. So I'm just going to read a little bit of it.
Sure.
She said, this is Connie Boss Alexander, I believe that's her name. Our family is absolutely appalled by the misleading and hurtful claims made by my son, Stephen Boss. She wrote this on Instagram, adding that the publication spreading untruths have crossed every line of decency. As his mother, I will not let these accusations go unanswered, Connie added. We will not stand while his name and legacy are tarnished.
Yeah, besmirching somebody's legacy like that is pretty fucked up, especially because, again, it's giving out total rollout.
Yeah.
That's just giving out, trying to get the bag, and that's some nasty behavior to me.
Yeah, you owe his family, especially his mother, an apology.
Definitely.
If it was you, I would talk to your mom in private and say, hey, this is what I found, and I need you to talk to me because I didn't live with you guys when he was going through it. Have you ever heard about this? And why do you think he didn't feel the need to talk to me about it, or even you if you didn't know?
Right.
I think privately you can talk to other people, like maybe friends that you trust or his family, but to go out into and do a People magazine interview and then it was blindsiding his mother of all people.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was, come on, girl.
That's ill-advised.
Yeah.
Definitely ill-advised. And
I mean,
whoever your publicists and publishers and all that shit are, that's some nasty work.
It was like, the only way you're going to sell this book is if you get a little juice.
Yeah, right. You know, that's what I'm thinking. So that's some nastiness all around, for sure.
I'm like, well, and this is the thing. Can we tell people's spouses how to talk about their dead spouse?
But look, there is common human fucking decency. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, there should just be common human decency. Maybe fucking that, and just have a little bit of forethought to know whether or not that was going to do some damage.
Cross the line.
See, that's the thing about the black woman thing we were just speaking of. You guys will have the forethought and be like, that. If I do that, that's gonna fuck up a lot of shit. Yeah. And that will be but there is none of that over here.
I think about the legacy that I'll leave for my family and this planet.
But she's also thinking about her legacy. That's what it's given. Yeah. That's what it's given. If it's a rollout, that's what it feels like. You feel me?
Fucked up. Because then now you have people being like, this nigga was a crackhead and he got molested. And it's like, I don't think we need to hear all that. It's turning
traumas into someone else's traumas into your story that you get to tell and you get to revamp.
Is it a cop out if she says what she did, say like, oh, I had an ex who went through this and I'm just trying to enlighten people who go through this?
That's what
it feels like a cop out?
It's a cop out.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's a cop out. That's exactly because that's what I feel like. That wasn't your story.
People love to say
your
that,
story
right?
to tell. It wasn't your story to tell.
I was just trying to enlighten people and educate people about or the signs. But you had no signs, girl.
The difference is if she went in the diary and there was a note to her that said, "Hey, I want you to tell this story."
Yeah.
Then I could. I'll take it back. Now we know some things. Maybe it could be the reason why he was fighting his demons. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But for you to discuss it without that type of blessing, major disrespect.
She also talks about finding love after Twitch.
I mean, good for her.
I have a question. How early is too early? So it's been 2 years since he's passed. What do you? Is that enough time? If it just started.
Look,
what do you think?
I was gonna say something real mean.
I'm just trying to
No,
figure out
it's
because
not even about time. But she got the complexion to not give a fuck. I'm gonna be real with you.
I mean, he ain't black.
So I mean,
Well, what do you think? Like personally, if you were to die, what do you think? How long should I wait, or should I wait?
if you are met with the same amount of happiness that I was able to get you, if you were met with that, it doesn't matter. It has to be that plus. Like that's the bar minimum. You know what I'm saying? Like then it could be at any point. Now whether that be a week or a year,
no.
that's not for me personally.
Yeah.
I'm saying you. That's what I think.
I think spouses should have these conversations because then if somebody tries to say something slick to you, you're like, we already had this conversation and I know that he would be okay with it or I know she would be okay with it.
Hence why I say that, like, you know, if it came down to it, I'm going, like, as long as you are like, yo, I am at the level of happiness I should be because I just did I lost a huge thing, cool.
You better than me, not me. I'm not gonna give you no blessing for no week.
No, I know you ain't. I know you ain't.
Fuck. It's not happening. Let me tell you me. Well, first off, you gotta think about kids, no matter the age.
Fair.
When are they gonna be? Once I feel like they are completely, it's not ever gonna be a completely thing. When you lose a parent,
I make a good impression.
Yeah, so it's not gonna be a thing where you can say your kids are gonna get over it, but it has to be a level of comfortability for them.
Yeah.
I think for me personally, because I can't speak for everybody else, it has to be a couple years, meaning like 3 or more. You need time to miss me because I'm gonna be haunting you. So you know you're gonna be talking to me, and I'm gonna be like, so when you was talking to this bitch. and you know if I will approve of their ass or not.
Oh, that's funny. If
ain't a librarian that I don't know, then I don't know. But yeah, because I've seen some stuff and I'm like, damn, like the bitch just died a year ago, or the nigga just died, 5 months ago. Like,
yeah,
how much did you really care about them? But everybody's mourning is different. But at least if I'm gonna say this, keep it private as long as possible so nobody get to put their 2 cents in.
Yeah, because anybody catch the optic, they put in their 2 cents in.
I'm just saying for me, if I go before you and we still together, because who knows, you might have to go in that brush fire. But then I'm gonna say like it's gonna have to be a couple years, and it's more so for my kids because they especially Atreyu. He's not gonna be playing no games.
I mean,
as I know he wouldn't play games with me. Atreyu since like he was a child. If I was in a grocery store and somebody started talking to me, he kind of like, what are you doing?
My father's at home.
Yeah. She has a husband. Yeah. So he don't really play like that.
Because I'm crazy. So
if you died, he would be like, I don't
that's
know
the lion that will keep the kingdom. Our son will, if I were to go, he's the one that's gonna fire up.
It's gonna really be hell for me.
He'll fire up.
It would be hell for me. Like anybody else, like
nobody's good enough.
Honestly, I applaud single moms with boys because like there's times where I might not see you, right? You're around, but me and him are going back and forth, and then you say something, and then you shut it down, and I'm just like, like this could have kept going if I was by myself. Yeah. Like he feels the need to feel like he can go back and forth with me, and I don't know where the audacity comes from. Like where does that come from? And that's like all boys I've noticed. Like
I don't know.
You was probably pushing your mom's buttons.
I did. I pushed my mom's buttons, but I was also the kid that was like would constantly ask the questions, like to get more information or to annoy or to just be
well, what about your dad? Did he ever do anything like that where like I said, like I don't see you, but me and him going back and forth, and then you heard what your mom said. Was your dad ever like that? Or it was more so you were still allowed to kind of go back and forth?
We went back and forth, and then my mom would usually get physical. And then it stopped. Up until a point.
I feel like because like my parents separated, I think I was like in 2nd or 3rd grade when my parents separated. And it didn't really affect me like that. Yeah. But because my dad was always nearby. But like you like don't feel like he left.
Yeah.
But I feel like when my dad wasn't around, I would definitely challenge my mom. Just because I
Mm.
felt like I needed to be able to challenge somebody because I didn't feel like I could challenge my dad.
Uh-huh. I
So
see.
my mom definitely used that.
I
Like,
think that's
I'll
him
tell your
too.
dad, and I'm just like, oh my god, like stand on your own 2 feet. Shoot,
Yeah.
let's go back and forth. Like, yeah, because you can't really go back and forth with like the dads. They don't have any
Not really.
patience. It seems like.
Yeah, no, I guess. I mean, I have patience, but then, oh no, you know what it is? I have a patient that is adjacent and connected to a bullshit meter, and like as soon as the bullshit goes up, you know what I mean? This will start to go down. This and wherever it fits, I have to step in and be like, hey, you don't do
I think in general with people, I just love let them live in their own world. So if you
that.
say the grass is orange, I'm like, I
You
mean,
got it, G.
sure.
You sound like
And that's
Keanu
what I'm trying to
Reeves.
tell my sister. I'm like, if a motherfucker say 2 plus 2 is 7, then shit is 7.
Exactly, that's what
I
Keanu
don't
Reeves said.
argue with people like that. So that includes like our kids. So I remember him being a little bit younger and he's talking to me about like space. Oh, did you know this and this? I'm like, oh my God, I did not know. Like,
Hmm.
teach me. And you're like, what the fuck? Actually.
There
And I'm
was
like, bro.
there's a little bit of like I get that he has this like imagination. I don't want to kill it, but also uh I don't want him to have the wrong info.
He's a child.
I know. It's a stupid dad
Because
thing.
then you go on this tangent and then it's boring. And then it's like, what the hell? Like, you're
Because
crushing my dreams.
it's a stupid dad thing. I want you to be better than me. I don't know. I can't
Yeah,
help it.
but
It's
wait
innate.
until he's able to count to all the
Dude,
way to
it
100.
just it starts the second I heard the heartbeat, then I can't help it. I
It's
can't
so
help
funny when you did that. I was like, bro, calm down.
it.
Like,
You're
this is not Albert Einstein. He's literally a Atreyu at 3 years old.
Now he's when he asks a question, he is a lot more inquisitive, and then like if I say something that proposes another question in his head, he'll then ask it, and then there's
Yeah,
some conversation involved. So that's I think why I like
yeah.
mansplain with him because he's a man, my little man.
I let him too. I think what also actually ends up us arguing is because I let him have an opinion,
True, you
and
do.
then he think he got the opinion, and I'm like, get out of my face before I
That's
knock your ass out.
why I do the thing too. That's
Yeah,
why I do the
I
thing.
want him to be able to have healthy dialogue and debate, be
True,
able to debate
true.
people because you're not going to always be able to cut it off. Sometimes you need to kind of go round for people, even me as your mom, because you've known that, right? You took everything literal, so now you were
Yeah,
debating your mom. So I'm allowing
yeah.
him to do it,
You're right.
but then after a while, I'm like, all right, you got it. Like now, leave me alone. You got it, bro. And I do that with a lot of people. I want them to live their their best lives. So
Two
if
plus
you
two is
feel like
seven.
you're the king of
Siam.
Vegas, you Natalie Nunn, you run LA, then bitch you run LA. Like what new rules are you putting in place?
I guess.
Right.
I
I've
can't.
just always been that person, like whatever.
I think I can be that person with people outside my walls. I can't be that person when I care and care for
I
you.
get that, yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
when I think about the boys, I just be like, okay, we can go back and forth.
That's fair.
And also, I'm hoping one day he does teach me something. And not in a way that he has to be like, haha, I told you. It's like, oh, you didn't know this? And I can humbly be like, wow, I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
I want that too.
Yeah.
He's a smart cookie. He
Cookie.
I love it. So
Yeah.
I want that too because he's brilliant.
Yeah. So again, he's gonna have his opinions, or if anything was to happen, he will have his opinions. And I will respectfully listen to him because I'm not the type of person to be like, I'm gonna move on, and whoever the person is, you guys are just gonna have to like them and what? No, I feel like there has to be respect on both ends.
Mhm,
So I would wait as long as possible,
mhm.
or I would just sneak and lie to their
I
asses.
don't think that it's going to be a week. Like I know I don't. I
Yeah,
think
no
that's
one's gonna do. Yeah, it's
unfathomable,
like
right?
crazy. Then you don't really love that person. You there for the
Yeah.
what? The insurance
If
money.
it's anything less than like 6 months or some shit, I don't think you really did have too much invested in that person. Honestly, I don't. But I mean, if like at the 6 month mark, that spark of happiness is there, by all
I
means.
don't know. I don't know if I can do that. 6 months is a very short time
True.
because time's been flying for us,
I mean, yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. I just will more so probably focus on my kids and
Oh,
like if
that's innate. Yeah.
if your mom was still alive, literally try to cut her off But
don't do that.
I'm just saying, this lady would. You didn't go. I'm not going next.
Yeah, well,
She'll drive you crazy.
she will. She will.
But yeah, I think it's important to just figure out, like, you have to mourn because you don't want to take certain things into new relationships as well.
Yeah.
So properly mourn. Make sure your kids are good because you're trying to bring somebody else in their life, and they're like, I don't know anybody else but him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying that she's not going the proper way, but I just was like, I wonder how long this been because I didn't listen to see how long she's been dating the guy, but it just kind of posed a question because I've seen stuff like recently where I'm just like, wow, this has been a short amount of time. Like, it couldn't be me and y'all heard it, so you can rewind it back. Erica said, if it ain't 3+ years, then don't do it.
That's fair. So. That's fair.
If my sister's like, who is this hoe? And it's only been 8 months, you better explain your motherfucking self. It better be a motherfucking nanny. And she better be ugly and will look like the lady from Selena.
No upgrades. Got you.
Yeah, absolutely motherfucking not.
Okay, that's fair. That's
fair. Do you have any last words of wisdom before we head out?
I actually wanted to pose a question.
Okay.
Just real quick. Bad. Just real quick. No. You're fine because it's a quick question. We're in the middle of that house fire. Our house is there. Mm-hmm. What are you running in to save? Other than the kids, of course, everything, all the people and family, pets and all that shit. That's cool, right? Yeah. What are you going to get? I'll say this. I'm cutting out important documents and stuff.
Dang, I was going to say documents.
You got all that. I want it to be fun. What are you getting for fun?
I'm going to pull out my wigs.
I love it.
And any handbags that I pay some coin for. And I'm going to just have it wrapped around my neck. And you're like, what is that? Your chia pet on your back? And then you got a whole bunch of purses around your neck. That's what I will be taking out.
Oh, I'm grabbing the laptop. Mm-hmm. I'm grabbing the TV. And
what about the pew pew?
Yeah, the gun.
I think the one other thing I would take, because I have it, and I just always had it, is the little ballerina.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Box that my mom had. Yeah, that she bought on my dad's credit.
Respect. That's funny. Shout out to mom.
That it's so dusty, but it's the only thing I feel like I have that she's always had so long. So since like my brother was born.
That's awesome.
So
yeah, I would.
Thing. Yeah. It doesn't cost anything. It's broke a little bit, but it still plays. So I would probably go in for that.
And my mouse pad. I can't forget about my mouse pad. I love that mouse pad. That mouse pad is the shit.
What would y'all pull from the house fire? And it sucks because you don't think that this can happen to you.
Yeah.
But
it's scary, man.
People try to rush. I've seen somebody just stay in the house, and I'm like, no, get out. Yeah. F that house. You can always rebuild. You can't have another you.
Yeah. If they punch your clock, that's it. Yeah. If that fire gets you, that's it. Yo, stay safe out there.
Yeah.
Stay safe.
Now, remember, you guys, we do drop our new episodes every Friday on all streaming platforms, and we're on YouTube on Sundays at Ideally Though Pod. So like, subscribe, hit the bell button.
Share them shits.
And we'll catch you guys next week. Bye.
Yeah.